All right, so whatever day we're up to, I think we're up to day 20, 21, something like that.
Yeah, it was around about there. So while we were away, not a whole lot happened on the aircraft. A lot of other things happened. But yeah, so three big outstanding things right now. Waiting for the prop, which should arrive today, tomorrow. Then once we've got the prop goes on, external alternator, pulleys, everything goes on. Once we've got that on, then we can determine where we should cut the cowl. So then we fit the cowl, so that it's got all the right spacing. So once the cowl is on, we've already cut the windscreen, so that's ready to go. Instrument panel right here, just gonna fit all your back shelves for your equipment. That's on the table there.
Oh, we got a free iPhone with the package?
Yeah. So those are the things that's gonna fit in here, into these little racks. And I'll just make sure that the opening there is exactly the size of that opening there. So obviously we now put this on the back or front. There you go. That sort of goes like that on the back there.
Let's turn the radio down a bit more.
Okay, so that's where the GNX goes. Your radio goes in there and your intercom goes in there. The other radio is a remote radio that sits behind the panel, and that will be worked off your Garmin GDU 460. Your autopilot controller sits there, so it folds up this little stack very nicely. Garmin G5 sits at the top. So you don't really need a bracket for this or for that. They supply you with a little Garmin bracket that goes into there. You hold the G5, and this little one, you don't really need to fit the little rack because those little screws on the side there, well, this goes in very nice and tight. It just kicks out and screws in. So that cleans off the panel, but because there's quite a bit of weight there, you want to support this thing. Sometimes they just do something like this. Put a little bracket like that along the back with 2 or 3 screws there, and then rivets, through the shelves. But I also like to, once I've done that, I also like to support it from the back here to the bottom there, so that you've got a little bit of support. Because hanging all that weight on your instrument panel,
it's only thin.
it's thin, it's okay. I've seen it being done. I won't say by whom, but I think it's better to just make it a little bit of a support there. Yeah, and once we've got that done, and we've built the little back bracket, then we can take everything off. We will then clean all the little edges off, make it really nice and smooth. See little sharp edges, anything that's a little bit, you can see the laser cutting is normally pretty well. The laser cut cuts a beautiful line, but you do get a slight edge on the back. You can feel there's a slight burr. So we're going to take all of that off, give it a good sand, good clean, and then we will apply the carbon vinyl on top of this. And once all of that is done, we we'll take one of these and we'll supply all of these little things onto wherever they should go. So when the panel is literally done, we will put the panel with the wiring that's up top there that we've done and tested now. We put all of that inside the instrument panel, into the big shroud. Fit that into the aircraft, and that is it. That's done. So still a little bit of wiring, neatening up of wires on the back to do, but we've done quite a bit already in the front. I think most of it is rooted, if I'm not mistaken. Here we started. So, but that's mainly just the back loom. You can see we've started with some of it. So the majority of it is sort of in and where it should go. Then it's Alcantara. Maybe before it even goes to paint, we can fit the Alcantara. I don't know, did you speak to the guy?
I did. He said we could come down this week and he'd show us samples.
Good. Because this will only go to paint your wings and your Wings and tail went to paint on Friday. So we'll pop over to the painter so you can have a good chat with him on what and how. And I think he's pretty well onto the scheme. It's just that little symbol there that's going to go onto a tail. He will have to get somebody to do a nice thick stencil or that. So that's it. And then the other big thing, of course, which is I would say probably about a day or two job, is to fit the doors before it goes to paint. Because that's the thing that the factory has got inserts that goes in there, and then we'll fit the doors, make sure that they've got a nice even gap around and that everything is perfectly lined up. If there's a line that goes across the door and you just move 0.5 millimeter here, it moves down about by 5 millimeters at the back. So you have to get the doors 100% fitted perfectly before it goes to paint. That is the top there. I was literally just busy doing the little, see if I can just get the little burrs off. That looks neat. Yep, that's perfect.
What's in these two holes?
What goes there is your go around button.
Yep.
So if you do a missed IFR approach, push that, aircraft will autopilot will automatically
Won't ever need that.
picks up, but whenever you need it, if ever. And then this one here is your flap selector switch. So
And right above it is where your horn will go.
yeah, and we'll put
horn
the horn right there.
This guy is so good, he just kind of hand does it, and it's perfect.
I just want to make sure that you can interchange these plates without any issues on them, because you want to try to make it as square as possible. Come on. This one is a little bit crooked, so we'll just do that in the right.
That's the way the pros do it that have done it a million times.
Their interior. That's it.
I must actually follow up on what's happening there. I think they have decided to not send you any interior. No, that should all be on. I told him, but it's good. I need to just follow up with him. Really need to just follow up with him. Make sure that we are on the same page. So what the factory do is they put next to each one of these, they put a little hole, or sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. It looks pretty. It's too much screws. It just looks, This is a strong structure. Once this is bolted down, that's very strong. So, and the fact that it's also supported makes it the better. So.
Are those screws going to go through the...
That vinyl? Yes, it will.
So can we get like red screws or something cool like that?
Yeah, something that stands out a bit.
Yeah.
You don't want to do just for ordinary.
Is that flush with the panel or just behind it?
It sort of sits almost. You can see that there's this. You see this little lip on the equipment rack. You see it's got a little lip.
Oh yeah.
That little lip just pokes through on the top there, and on the side here as well. So there, that side here, that's good, and that one is just slightly in. That's fine. Okay.
Yep, that's good.
So that's all nice and flush. I've built this whole thing, and then I realized, oh shit, I've built all of that on the front. And it doesn't fit as easy on the rear. I mean, you have to redo the whole thing. So
Marking is a good thing.
Yeah, don't do like I sometimes do. And then obviously here, where there's going to be some switches and things, you can either move it here, move the switches more this way, but then it's not nice in the center. So I normally just sort of work around something like that,
Yep, that's what I would have done.
Just grind them out a bit so that you've got the clearance for the screws to fit on there. So at least now we know what goes where. On that, just taping it together is not as perfectly accurate as you could have done it. So So, you know, so if you push all of these, this one back and that one a little bit forward, then that will probably get all of them in the same line. Because generally, if you look at that,
Yeah, you can see that one's.
yeah, I want to see if they are the same. Then we can draw the same line down there. It doesn't really matter as long as you get the. You see, they are exactly the same. So generally, you can draw one line all the way because of that little edge there. Well, and then the front of this little edge. You see, they make provision for different thicknesses of that's basically instrument panel thickness there.
Yep.
So if that's a little bit too much and your panel is thinner, you just sand that a little bit. But yeah, so that's sort of the measurement you want. But that's the measurement from the back of this. So if you look like that, how much is this? Let's just do this again. So if I use the top one,
Yep.
that's going to be the most accurate one because that sits behind the panel.
Yeah.
That's the.
And those other two different.
So we just use the top one, and that's the middle there.
Yep.
Maybe out 0.001 of a millimeter.
Oh,
It's terrible, you know. There is only two. There you go. All right. Got a clear scribe mark there. I'll just make sure that it all stays nice and square. See if you don't, look at that. That is very, very, very slightly out. Okay.
see, there's supposed to be rain coming starting Thursday.
Pretty good, Errol.
This one will push it a little bit.
Come down a bit.
We'll go. Yeah, so that will go where it's supposed to. That looks like it's lining up.
Looks pretty good.
Oh, lucky!
So we're just going these in.
Lucky. Skilled.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, that goes like that goes like that, and that goes like that. So, and now we put a couple of rivets through this thing. The countersink rivet sits a little bit proud. I just make that nice and flush so that the rack can slide in easy. But
Right.
yeah, little countersink screws. It's just as well. Look at that.
Widen it.
I should have removed.
No. Oh, that's going to throw it off 5 or 10 mil.
Oh, that's going to be like 1 millimeter out there.
How can that upset it?
How can a gearbox upset it? No, it just doesn't make sense.
But it does, eh?
Yeah, it definitely does. Okay, now, oil that you've been using is a little bit dodgy, what's going on here? So, yeah, sorry, but sad to tell you, but we're voiding your warranty, that like type of thing,
So always use the recommended oil
I would say, yeah.
if you want to keep your warranty going.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't buy anything made in China.
Oh, yeah. End of the day, it's a few dollars and that could cost us, I think,
Thousands.
70.
Tens of thousands.
5-year engine.
So it sits in here.
But you'd have a really cool looking
There's a
coffee
little
maker.
bit of a offset there. But we will, yeah, that's not, and it's just because this thing, when you rivet it, actually pulls in a bit. So to make this nice and even, we will put another hole just in the center of the three. So say the factory put two there, two there, two there, two there. But what they do is they don't put that support arm in.
Yep.
So they just,
Yeah, I think 3 holes is good.
how much do we have here between the, let's not work in inches. 150, 75. Right there. All right. And come on. There we go. So just make that flat so that the unit doesn't catch on.
Right.
That's all.